Good morning. Hi everyone. Smart Starters, how are you today? It is Wednesday, better known as Women Crush Wednesday, and it is August 9th. And yes, we are well into August now. So how's everyone today on this Wednesday, midweek? Hoping that you're all doing well and feeling good. Hi, Jamie. Stephanie, I've missed you. How are you? How's everything? How's everything going? Is everything okay? Hi, Maggie. Jacob, how are you? Good to see you here. Women Crush Wednesday. We know how Jacob feels about Women Crushing Wednesday. Actually, we don't. I'm just kidding. Oh, God, so nice to see you all here. So, in thinking about today's show, well, let me say hello first because then I just keep interrupting myself. Hi, Annette. Hi, Jean. Hi, Enia. Hi, Baskim, I'm going to say. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, please let me know. Baskim. Hi, JD. So nice to have you all today. I knew you felt great about it, Jacob. That's the way to go. The question is, where is she? Where is the queen? Meaning my mother. So, don't see her here, but hopefully she will get here. Hi, William. So, Women Crush Wednesday. I thought today, let's see what Stephanie has to say first. Oh, thank you. I missed you. You need Smart Start today? I'm glad you're here. Why do you need Smart Start? Because it's so funny that you say that because I thought I'd tell a quick story before we got started. So yesterday we had Hubing for Smart Start. And then I had to go out of the city and I visited my mother and William came with me and we did some shopping for college. And I started to feel really down, just down for whatever reasons you feel down, like the pressure. There's a lot of pressure in life, as you know, as we all know. And then I started to think, I just got in the car. We had been at a store and I got in the car. And I don't really drive because I'm a New Yorker. We don't really have the need to drive. And so, but anyway, I got in my mother's car and I was coming around to pick William and my mom up. Oh, there's my mom. All hail the queen. Phyllis is here. So as I'm sitting in the car and I look at the sky, and we had just done the show on Hubing, and a lot of people weighed in. Ron, Mark, all these people were saying comments about Hubing's work, and I remember Ron had said about the cracks and the light coming in. And even though I felt pretty down, I thought, and this is unlike me, I'm excited about what the rest of the day has to bring because we never know. And then I realized that Smart Start was working for me. And then I started to think of the notion of why we develop things. I had said all along as Oprah was building her empire, she has this need to, kind of pontificate and tell everybody to feel good and how to get the results that they want because she's feeling something in her own self, even though she's phenomenally wealthy and famous and all of those things. There was something within her own self. And so I started to think about Smart Start. And I know that for me, it's always about looking at a piece of art or thinking conceptually about a piece of art. And so kind of yesterday, everybody on the thread and the work that we did yesterday kind of propelled me through the whole day. So I just wanted to share that with you. Jacob, what do you have to say? Yes, Queen Phyllis. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's true. Yay, Phyllis, Mom, everyone's happy. Lisa, my cousin Lisa has joined. And today would have been my Aunt Tony's birthday. And we lost my Aunt Tony this year. And she was an amazing, amazing woman. So I'm going to dedicate this show to her. She was, what do they say? Queens are born in August. No one was more of a queen than my Aunt Tony, who is my mother's sister. Good morning, Roger from Bangkok. So nice to see you here. So let's get started. And I hope that this program today helps or inspires or just you get whatever you want or need out of it. I'm going to start with an artist, Laura McCallum. Laura McCallum is a contemporary artist, and I have worked with her. And I really love her work. When she first came to see me about representing her or showing her work, I immediately enjoyed talking with her. Honestly, I can usually tell the way an artist discusses their work. I could hear it over the phone sometimes. Not sometimes, most times. If there's of interest for me, there's something that I can hear. I don't even know what it is. But Laura's work, this is a very large piece for Laura. This is 35 by 23 inches, which is not, large in retrospect, in relatively speaking. But I love this work. She calls it Between the Lines, and it's graphite on paper. So it's pencil. This is all pencil. This is all graphite. So when I've hung it up and have held it, I have pencil on my hands, but it is so luminous and so beautiful. And although people aren't always, or collectors or whomever, they're not always drawn to dark work, I find this work to be anything but dark. When you see it in person, it is just stunning. And though it's flat, there's something in this work that keeps you connected and keeps it, and you want to look at it more and more. And there's this aspect to it, almost, again, it's flat, it's paper, and it's graphite, yet there's this feeling of motion and waves. And so we're going to build a little bit here so you can see a lot of how, and we'll put it all together by the end, a lot of how her work works, so to speak. Okay. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Roy. Nice to see everybody here. Carolina, good morning. Okay, so this is interior view. And I think we placed this with a collector. I love these pieces. It's mixed paper and graphite. I don't think that's correct. I don't think I wrote that correctly. It's probably mixed media with paper and graphite. Now, does anybody know or anybody guess? Hi, Sergey. These images inside the squares. Do you know what they are? Do you know what that image is? Do you know the medium of it or how she executes it? Is she drawing? Anybody have a guess of what she may be doing? Oh, come on, guess. Good morning. Hey, Bill, how are you? Good morning. So nice to see you here. Okay, come on, take leaves, petals. But Stephanie, the question, yes. Okay, no, but yes. The question being, what do you think, how is she doing this? What do you think she's doing? Is she drawing? What do you think she's doing? Mira, good morning. Stephen, good morning. What do you think? I'm not going to text you with this today. I'm going to tell you. This is paper. This is rolled paper. Very circuitous. She's just using strips of paper and she's placing them inside these squares. And it creates, the background is that she uses the different painted colors, and it creates the most patterned and interesting, kind of intricate work. And I just love these pieces. I want you to look at this. Same thing here. That intricateness of this paper within the texture. Yeah, I agree, Stephanie. The texture is amazing. So these paper pieces that are just rolled up, or they're not just rolled up. She's really working with them, getting them exactly the way she wants them within the carved structure. Okay, wait, my mother just wrote basically War and Peace to me. Let me just read it quickly. Oh, yes. Okay, thank you, Mom. I'll read that later. It's my mother with War and Peace, which means she's writing about how much she loves me, which is really lovely. Take a look at this. Look what we have here. Same thing. Paper. These incredible, circuitous labyrinths of paper. And again, not big. It's 21 by 21 inches. This is not a large piece. So what happens is, although when I asked her once, I wanted a large piece of hers for an exhibit, and I asked her what's the largest, and she said, oh, Cheryl, I have this piece, it's so large, it's 21 by 21. She was talking about this. That's not large. But for this type of work, it's large for her. When you think about creating this, not only creating it, but what she's saying here, and we're going to move on to that in a second. I want you to look at this one. Okay, so she, as we could see, good morning, Ron. There's two things happening with Laura's work. The one is the paper and the rolled up paper. And then the other is what we just saw, is the graphite work, right? So we have the rolled up paper and then the graphite work. And I feel like that's two dualities of what she's been working on. And so the graphite work and this kind of carving, again, 18 by 18 inches. This is such a mesmerizing piece in person. It is so mesmerizing and it's so stunning. And I feel like with Laura's work, there's two things going on. Does anybody want to make a suggestion of who she might be whom she might have been inspired by? Any suggestions there before I give you my opinion? No. Okay. We're quiet today. It's Wednesday. Anyhow, good morning. I really feel like this artist, Louise Nevelson, has been a huge impact on Laura McCallum's work. Now, this is monumental. This is 10 feet by 10 feet. This is at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, and it's a huge piece, and it is painted wood and 105 boxes, as you see. Good morning, Jeffrey. Wait. Oh, Jeffrey, you said Louise Nevelson. Oh my God. And Ron, I was just quoting you from yesterday. I don't think you heard me quote you. Oh my God, you're right. Oh, this is Louise Nevelson, but do you see yes, this is whom I think that this artist, and I know, it's been so inspired by. So we have her small pieces. Let me juxtapose this for you because I have a juxtaposition slide. Here we go. So I don't have to keep going back and forth. Look at this. And so this is Nevelson from 71, and this is Laura McCallum, who, I wish you were on the thread. She'll be on later maybe, or she'll watch it after the fact. This is Laura McCallum from, oh my gosh, like 2014, let's say. So I just love the way these women artists relate to each other. And so I wanted to do a Woman Crush Wednesday with a contemporary artist that you probably don't know, and then someone that has inspired her. But now I want to show you a different area of where she's gone. So I'm just going to bring you back for 1 second. Stick with me. Stay with me here. Remember the paper? Okay. So then the paper in recent times becomes this. Look at that. The Begun series. Look at this work. And I want you to tell me what you think in terms of what you where do you think inspiration, or where do you see the connections? I was going to say Klee influenced her, but organic nature. Yes, the little squares and small paintings. I think that's true, Maggie. I definitely think that's true. So look at this series. What do you think? What do you think may be the connection? What do you think may be the inspiration? Or not to suggest that this artist is reductive in any way, because she's not. She's bringing her knowledge of art history, and she's creating what I call a new language here. This is all paper. It's all paper, and it's been folded and her circles and manipulated. So I want you to think about this juxtaposition with this artist. Do you remember who this is? We saw this last week. We saw this for last Wednesday, I think, Women Crush Wednesday. This was Hildegard from, oh my gosh, early before the 9th century, I think, and her illuminated manuscripts. And so what Laura was thinking about when she came back, actually, she had been in the Middle East, and had been looking at a lot of illuminated manuscripts, she kind of chose to do this series where she takes her paper, and it's almost like these books. And they are so stunning. I love these pieces so much. I want to show you another one of it. Let me see. Did I put it? Okay, so I'm going to show you how I showed them. This is my salon. Okay? So, like this artist, she has the monumentality of, let's say, like a Louise Nevelson, but the intimacy of a Hildegard. And again, not reductive. This is me as a curator. Good morning, Brenda. Stacks of books. That's exactly right, Stephanie. Me as a curator making connections. Okay. So she has this monumentality and intimacy going. In my salon, I have two things going as well, and I thought about this as I put the show together. I have this massive monumentality of the Flatiron space that everybody sees. It's on Cheddar. It's 250,000 people a day pass by it, the Flatiron. And then, of course, Cheddar now has millions of viewers. So I work from that perspective, but I also work from this perspective. And this is my salon. And the reason why we took on this apartment early on is because I wanted to create a salon atmosphere. I did not want a gallery. The only reason I ended up opening a commercial gallery was because when my son was about 2 to 4 years old, he no longer wanted people, in the space because we live here. He no longer wanted that. And it became an intrusion onto the family. But I knew that I would eventually go back to the salon because I really love this notion of showing art in a space in which people live, or a space that, so the collectors can see the art on a scale in which they live. And I just really, also the notion of the salon was that people came in and we would talk about the work. It wasn't just this gallery opening where everybody was drinking, and there was conversation about it. So this is her series in my first area of the salon. And I just think it works so beautifully. And there's such little gems, these books, and these quote unquote books, but they're not books. But they're just stunning pieces. So I want to show you, I want to juxtapose it one more time for you. I want you to look at this piece. So we saw this earlier. Does anybody know what this piece is? Ron, do you know what this is from? Anybody know what that piece is from? I didn't put it up because I wanted you to guess. Who else is? Awesome salon. Poetry reading, the work along the lines. Yeah, I agree. So do you know where this book is from? The Lindau Gospels. And it's 8th century, mostly 8th century, they say. And when you see that, this quote-unquote Carolingian period, all this circuitous stuff that's happening, you can't see me pointing, all these little circles happening, and then the gems on there, I feel like it's so, her work is so inspired, her work. So we have the magnitude of Nevelson, but the intimacy of the illuminated manuscripts. And I think that I love that notion of how the artist is working. I want to see what else I can show you. Here's another, I want to show you another, okay, so here's another view of the salon. So we have this first area here, as you see the door, and then the second area. So it's really a place for people to come in and talk and to gather. It's intimate, it's small, it's intimate, it's warm, it's inviting, and it's a place in which we're really discussing the work and talking to the artist and really engaging with the work, as opposed to going into a large gallery space and kind of not engaging because the space is so vast. And so a lot of times you can't necessarily, this kind of forces you to engage. And so if you see on this right wall here, we have the black and white piece After the Storm, and that's working along across from this red piece that I want to show you. Also part of her body of work, her oeuvre, the Codex. and this is watercolor and paper, and you see the tension between the lines. You see this working of what she's doing. And I have to tell you something, because I cannot add and I cannot measure. Please, hanging her pieces are not easy, because this is not, these are two separate pieces, although they're one. It's so difficult to hang it because there's nothing even, and because I can't measure, please, you don't ask. So I want to show you, that's a cross from that painting, and then that black painting there, and it made for such a beautiful show, and just this intimacy and beauty. And I really love that idea of, for myself, and not that this show is about me, because it's not, for myself, working though in this monumentality of the flat iron, and then also the intimacy of my salon. I do too, Maggie. I really like her work as well. Thank you. And then also, so I have the magnitude of the flat iron, the intimacy of the salon, and then this kind of work, this daily work, this, which I don't even know what this is in cyberspace. All I know is that I tracked the numbers of our show recently, and we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of viewers. So I see that this is really striking a nerve for people, and they're enjoying it, and that makes me feel so good. So I feel like I have a platform also to introduce everybody to newer work, and as a way of, and then also connecting it to art history. So I want to say, for this fabulous Wednesday, that of course women do crush Wednesday, we know that. Wait, I want to leave you with a final piece of something beautiful of Laura's. That's all beautiful. It really is. So let's just do another juxtaposition. I sound tired today, don't I? Okay, so we're juxtaposed here with Nevelson. We're juxtaposed here with the Lindau Gospels, which I love. They're at the Morgan Library. And we're going to juxtapose one more time with Hildegard and her Gospels. And I just love the way it all works together, how Laura's work is about humanity and cultures and reading and books and mark making, and all of that comes together in her work. So I thank you all for being here on this Wednesday. Stephanie, I hope this show was hit a nerve for you, or that you got out of it what you wanted and needed today. I really do. I hope that everybody does every day. Please continue. We had a great thread yesterday. Ron, you had a lot of great comments. I just loved it. Let's continue to write and talk about this. Please, if you have an image that you think relates to this work, absolutely post it. If you're an artist and you have an image that you feel relates to the work, you can post it if it's your own image as well. If it's an image that you just want me to see as a dealer, as a curator, please don't post it in this thread. Private message it to me. But if it's an image that is germane to this thread, absolutely post it and we can talk about it, okay? I'm very accessible. Everybody knows that. If you want me to see your work, you just simply have to ask, okay? So I just want to keep the threads clear like that, so that everybody who wants to make a comment gets to do that. Okay, guys, I hope, let me see what Stephanie says before I say goodbye. Oh, I'm so glad it was rejuvenating, Stephanie. I'm so glad. Very good. My mother says she loves the show and she wants everyone to have a safe day. Isn't that great? We love you. Thank you all. Oh, wait, Mark just joined. Mark. Oh, thank you, Mark. Mark, thank you for all your comments yesterday. Yeah, and continue, please, everyone continue to write, and we'll have that dialogue today, and I will see you tomorrow, Thursday. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.